What's up, everybody? It is Devin. I have a PSA reveal for today's YouTube video. Very excited, as some of these are my own PC cards, and then two separate orders for a couple local collectors are paired in with this order. So definitely some really cool cards. A couple unique things happen with this order, which I will kind of dive into. Let's go over the generics of this order. It was a 24 card value bulk modern order. Was done directly through PSA's website, so shipped direct to PSA. There was no middleman. I shipped it out on April 3rd, and it came back completely finished on May 10th. Took 37 total days start to finish, so much less business days. 37 total days was basically just over a month and like a week that it took start to finish, which was very solid. Was very happy with that. I have 3 cards that are in this order that are my own, 2 Prism golds for the PC, and then another one that I was slabbing up to potentially gain value on. Unfortunately, I had a bad situation happen with one of the Prism Gold PCs, which I will kind of hit on at the end of the video. Disclaimer, and kind of like a little foreshadow, PSA did damage one of my cards and admitted to it. So we had some back and forth on what should be done there, but we'll go over this. There's a good amount of 92 beam teams for basketball. One of the local collectors is working on completing that set. So there's a good chunk of those and some really cool rookie autos. It was a very fun submission. I wish a few of the rookie autos that you'll see got higher grades. Unfortunately, for this one, because I had a card that was damaged and I had a couple upcharges, I saw the grades because I needed to confirm the total charges, and when they do that, they just show you all the grades in an email. So unfortunately, I know the majority of these grades, so it won't be like a typical video where it's a complete blind reveal for me, but it'll be a blind reveal for you guys, which will be kind of fun. All right, Amen Thompson watercolor from Court Kings, graded a 10. Very solid. We're almost getting into the cert numbers starting with a 9. We're getting close there. I know I saw some of the most recent orders have them starting with a 9. Jaime Jaquez. I think this is a silver or green. 10 on the Jaquez. Beautiful. I think we got off to a really hot start, if I remember. Serial numbered 89 out of 200. Corbin Carroll. This is an autograph. Graded a 10. Very solid one there. Bryce Young. Ooh, a laser 10. Rashee Rice. Graded a 10. Back-to-back lasers. We'll take it. Will Levis. Graded a 10. So 3 lasers, and we're going to start off with, that was a lot of gems at once. That was 1, 2, 3, 6 to start off. Now the beam teams, I wasn't expecting super high grades. I did not evaluate any of these. I did evaluate the chunk here at the beginning, so very happy that I was successful there. All those I said had a chance to gem, so going 6 for 6 there is beautiful. For the local collector. Beam teams, I did not evaluate. I think he did self-evaluations, if I remember correctly. Typically, he tries to go for like 8s or better when he's doing the sets. But totally depends, because I think he bought all of these raw. He didn't crack any of them. John Stockton, graded an 8. So we're happy with anything that's an 8. We'll take 9s. I'm fairly positive there's no 10s. There's a few 7s, which is okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. Patrick Ewing, graded a 9. Happily we'll take that. Karl Malone, graded an 8. Very solid start for the beam teams. The Admiral, David Robinson, graded an 8. Clyde the Glide Drexler, graded a 9. Very solid here. 8s and 9s we're very happy with. Akeem Olajuwon, graded a 7. So that's on the low side for us. Anything below a 7 would be probably pretty frustrated with. Reggie Miller, graded a 7. Glenn Rice, graded an 8. I think this was the most valuable one from the set. Is him or MJ? I think it's still MJ, but it is a rookie for Shaquille O'Neal. Graded a 9. Very solid grade there on the Shaq. We'll be happy about that one. Now here starts one of the local collectors. I graded, if you guys watched on my social media a couple weeks back, I graded an 86 Fleer MJ. It came back, I believe, a PSA 4. Looked very solid for a PSA 4. Once we got that MJ back, he wanted to grade some of his other stuff that he's kind of had stashed. That's what these are. A lot of these were just rookie autos that he just wants slabbed up for his personal collection. A couple of the ones we were submitting to potentially gain value, which we did. I'll go over those ones. Unfortunately, a lot of these ones, the modern, the rookie autos, and the rookies, did not get very good grades, but they're very tough cards to grade, so it was kind of expected. Luka Doncic rookie from Threads, graded a 9. The Dazzle. So these two cards, these two Jordans, were the ones that we were looking to gain value on, and we did. Both of these were upcharged, which was beautiful. We were completely okay with that. Both are from 87. One's the sticker, one's the base Fleer. This one's the sticker, that one's the base. And I'll show you why they both got upcharged. But we were very happy with both of these. I thought they both had chances for high grades. I think this was on the high side. I didn't think either had a chance to 10, but very happy with both grades. A 9 on the sticker. So very nice grade on the 87 Fleer sticker. It looks gorgeous in the PSA slab. Red and white borders in the red and white slab. But graded 9 on the 87 Fleer sticker. That makes that above $1,000. I think they're sitting around $1,100, $1,200 right now. So very nice going from being raw in his collection to getting it at a 9. So we were upcharged on that one, which, if people are unfamiliar with what the current upcharges are, all of these were submitted under the value bulk modern, which if you do it direct through PSA, and I think the majority of group submitters are at $19 per card. The regular, if you don't do a bulk, which is considered 20 cards or more, the regular value is considered $25 a card. Because this was above the max declared value in the value, which was a $500 cutoff, and these are obviously well over $1,000, they got upcharged to the regular, which was $75 a card. So it was a big increase that we had to pay per card, but to go from raw to PSA 9s, you take the 75 bump and you move on. So 87 Fleer MJ got a 9. So same thing here, absolutely gorgeous. Getting both of these to 9 from 87, both the Fleer and the sticker. And kind of cool that they're back-to-back cert numbers. I know some people don't care about that stuff. I think it's kind of a cool thing. I've learned it matters more in trading card games such as Pokemon than it does sports. People in sports don't seem to care as much about it, but I think it's a cool thing when I've graded things for people and you get consecutive nice grades like that. Definitely cool. All right, next one up. We got an Anthony Edwards. So the majority of these, I think they're all from the same. They're all Hoops basketball autos. So definitely tough condition on Hoops. As you can see, there's definitely whitening on the corner and edges on all of these. So wasn't expecting high grades here, and they came out as expected. Anthony Edwards rookie auto. Gonna get an 8 on the hot signatures. Luckily, this Edwards actually showcased a full auto on the sticker, which was, shouldn't say super rare, but definitely on the more difficult side to get his auto fully on the sticker. So we'll take that there, add an 8. Paolo Banchero, same thing. I think it's the hot signatures also, graded an 8. So back-to-back hot signatures, graded an 8. And then you got a Luca Hot Signatures. Unfortunately, I think this one was the lowest graded out of all of them. Yep, a 7 on the Luca. Good old Lulu for the autograph. So 3 hot signatures from Hoops, 2 8s, and a 7. Definitely, you could argue from those rookie classes, the 3 best names, Paolo, Anthony Edwards, and Luka Doncic. But obviously the grades are kind of hurtful there. All right, this Chris Mullen is the one that got damaged. Unfortunately, they reached out to me and said that this was given a grade of a 10 when it went through the grading process, when it was in the assembly stage, and they were putting it through the slabbing process. Unfortunately, they damaged one of the corners, which if anybody's sent a lot of cards into PSA before, you have an idea that sometimes they damage your cards and they don't tell you. You send in a card and you think it's got a chance to 10 and it gets a 7 or 8 and there's clear corner damage and you're like, what happened? I've had that happen. It's very difficult to prove. I don't know if people have or not. Fortunately for me, in this situation and scenario, they did reach out to me, admitted that they made a mistake and they damaged my card. We had to go through some back and forth, and it took me a little while. They were, in my opinion, not giving me enough of a value bump in the difference because they were willing to pay me off in the value difference. So between what the 10 was and what the 8 was, between what they determined those two market values were, they gave me a credit towards the order. It was tough to put an exact value on this. Anybody who knows Prism Golds, there's only 10 of them in a set. Chris Mullen isn't a huge name. Definitely a name that I'm familiar with. He definitely was a great shooter. Had a very solid NBA career. He has 5 or 6 years that he is in Prism and has true gold. So he has 50 or 60 true golds. And this is what bothered me throughout the process. And this is going to be kind of lengthy so you guys understand kind of what happened between me and PSA. Out of those 50 or 60 golds, I think it's 60, this was only going to be the second PSA 10 of a true gold. So there was only one other year that one of the golds received a 10 from PSA, and it had never been sold publicly. So we were guessing what market value would be of this 10 based off of gold shimmer sales and things of that nature. And to me, it's truly difficult to do that because you're talking about a card that's never sold publicly. It's only a pop 2 out of 60 total true golds of Chris Mullen. So if there's a Chris Mullen, collector out there and they wanted a true gold Prism and I went to sell it, I would be the only one that's ever been marketed for sale. So to me, it's kind of tough to determine what that value is. Also very disappointing that it's for my personal collection, that it was damaged. There's no replacing it. Like, it doesn't matter how much money they give me. I can't go out and buy another one of these that's going to be a 10. There's none out there. So the whole process was kind of frustrating. I'm happy they gave me some compensation, but at the end of the day, I would have rather had the card graded a 10. So it's kind of like a give and a take. They could have just not said anything, gave me the PSA 8, and that would have been the end of it. Luckily, they worked with me, gave me some credit. Obviously, still just frustrating in the end because this would have been a PSA 10. So 8 out of 10 on the Chris Mullen, and there's the grade. It's a PSA 8 from 2022. Also slightly disappointed. You take all this time, it was damaged in the slabbing process, and then there's literally a black thread after all that time that is now embedded into the slab that makes it look terrible. So that's kind of frustrating that they go through that. They damage your card, it lessens the value, downgrades it 2 grades, and they can't even get a little thread out of the slab, which is kind of annoying. But it's very tough to tell. But that bottom right corner, you can kind of see it at that angle. They basically just clipped it when they went to slab it. So that is what happened with the Chris Mullen. And then Trey Burke. This is my absolute favorite year of Prism. It's very easy for me. 2013 Prism is my absolute top favorite as far as card design. Then it goes 2018 is easily my next favorite, and then I would go 2012 is my third. So those are my top three. If I ever get a chance to pick up one of those from those years, they're my absolute favorite. 2013 is one, 2018 is two, 2012 is number three when it comes to Prisms. This is rookie for Trey Burke. So 2013 Prism, card number 4 was one off of jersey number. He wore jersey number 3. He didn't have a great NBA career. I picked this one up because I am a Michigan fan, and he was a lot of fun to watch at Michigan for basketball. He had an iconic three-pointer step back on the left wing. I think it was to advance to the Final Four. It was either in the Elite Eight game or in the Final Four to advance to the next game. I want to say it was against Kansas, but it was just a monster shot. It was from like 27 feet. It was a deep dagger, but this is going to be a PSA 10. Very happy about this one. This was the first rookie that I've added to my gold collection, my Prism Gold collection. I can't remember if it was Pop 1 or not. My gut says it is Pop 1, but it might be Pop 2. I'll make sure I'll put it on the video what the population is. But super happy about that one, obviously. So if they wouldn't have damaged the Chris Mullen, I would have gone 2 for 2 to add to the golds, which would have been awesome. Also, the thing that's a bummer now is these are the 14th and the 15th cards that I've added to my gold PC, my Prism Gold PC. And they've all now been slabbed by PSA, and 8 is now the lowest grade. I had got all 9s and 10s before this, so I had an awesome streak going. But now I got an 8 thrown in there, which is kind of me being a little anal and, you know, all that good stuff. It kind of bothers me that there's an 8 now, but it is what it is. This one, though, was a great come up. I bought this raw at the Chicago show. I got upcharged because this one received a PSA 9. Electrifying from 98 Fleer Tradition. Just an absolute gorgeous Michael Jordan. I thought this had a chance. It was between an 8-9 that I thought it was going to grade at. So I gave it a shot through PSA for that reason, because the difference of an 8 and a 9 is like a $700 to $800 difference in value. A PSA 9 is around like $1,800 right now. And a PSA 8 and raws are right around like $1,000. So definitely was an increase in value. Took a gamble. Because of that, I did get upcharged. So this one and the other two MJs all got upcharged to the $75 regular level. But I was completely fine doing that and paying, you know, the difference there. All right, total gem rate, which is going to be kind of skewed for this order because I didn't expect a lot of these to gem. The entire Beam Team set, the MJs from 87 Fleer and Fleer Sticker, and the MJ from Electrifying. I wasn't expecting any of those to PSA 10. They got really high grades, but I'll still give you the overall gem rate. We got 1, and I knew that none of these hot signatures would gem. So I think it's just going to be 1, and then the 6 that were at the beginning. Yep, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, bring out my handy dandy calculator, divide by 24 total cards in the submission. 29.2% gem rate, definitely on the low side. However, if we're being honest, as far as like potential gems, all of the Beam teams I didn't think had a chance to gem. None of the hot signatures were submitted to potentially gem. The 87 Fleer and Fleer Sticker were not submitted to gem. And my Electrifying MJ was not submitted to gem. So realistically, we had the 6 cards at the beginning, the Ultra Modern stuff, and then my 2 Prism Gold PCs were the only 8 cards that were submitted to potentially gems / that was the only reason why they were submitted. And we went 7 for 8 on those guys. So realistically, when you talk about it in that manner, we went like 88%. So very happy, and would have gone 8 for 8 if they wouldn't have damaged my slab. But so that was the order. Kind of a couple different things happened than normal. Obviously, the damaged card, working with PSA there, 3 different upcharges. So there's a lot that happened with the order. Overall, I would say successful PSA order. Happy with it overall. gemmed my first ever rookie for the Prism Gold PC. The one card I submitted to potentially increase in value increased. The 2 MJs submitted for the local collector increased in value dramatically, being raw to 9s on both. Those are huge upticks in value. The hot signatures, the trio, Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero, and Luka Doncic, didn't expect big grades on those. It's more just getting them slabbed and now protected to store in the future. And then 92 Beams team set, there was a good amount of 9s, which was solid. And the Shet got a 9, which was our most valuable one from the submission. And then the 6 cards at the beginning all got 10s. So besides the 1 damage card, I think it was a great submission overall. Very successful and very happy with how it turned out. So that was the order. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you again for watching. Everybody have a great day, and don't forget to smile. See you guys.